This is Stella Nyabura wa Mwagi STL. Now take a looky because I'm finally back home here in Kenya. You're watching Grapevine. Holla!
And welcome to the show. We are all in a festive mood, and by Sunday it's all going to come to a full circle because we're going to be celebrating Christmas Day. Yay! That's reason enough why we're all hyper around here. My name is Anyiko and this is Grapevine. 2011 has been a good year for Daddy Owen. He is the first gospel artist from Africa to win a Mama Award, and to top it all off, he managed to get the entire gospel industry to rally behind him in the launch of his sophomore album titled Utamu wa Maisha. Here are the highlights.
This has been a year of album launches, but when it comes to those with a touch of taste and style, no other group nailed it like the gospel industry. Yes, the king of Kapungale, Daddy Owen, was launching his second album, Utamu wa Maisha, on Jamhuri Day at the Kenyatta International Conference Center. Every detail had been put in place on matter security, and the few who could not obey the law were dealt with. The attendance was awesome, so was the list of performers. Back here, we call him the only Maasai with a swag, but to his legion of fans, Chris is famous thanks to this number. Fresh from launching her own album, Emmy Kosgei and her backup dancers were in the house. Indeed, she lit up the stage with an amazing presentation of her hit singles. The king of Furi Furi dance was next. Just like Emmy, the crowd loved him. It was time for a dance showdown. Leading dance group Alabaster, Zionist, Alterim and Saints walked their way with well-choreographed moves. If you thought comedy had no place here, think twice. The fast-rising stand-up comedian Eric Omondi hit the stage. Strutting down to his new single with Ben Gidai, Brafton took the stage to an animated applause. And so did your boy Giuliani. The moment that we had all been waiting for was finally here. Presidential hopeful Raphael Tuju officially launched Daddy Owen's Utamu wa Maisha album.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Owen.
And when the king himself hit the stage, it was serious business. Performing his tracks that saw him rise from grass to grace, he rocked. In his spirit of uplifting the young, unknown talent, he welcomed Deno on stage, and their song Mbona emotionally moved the crowd. Indeed, the gospel industry has taken over.
From the entire Grape crew, we'd love to congratulate Daddy Owen for the successful launch of his sophomore album. And for all the artists out there who are looking for launching their albums, now the bar has been set. And now we move straight to the Link Up segment, where tonight we bring you one of the pioneers of hip-hop music from the county of Kisii. He derives his inspiration from a man called Deepak, and just like Baba Sparks, he claims that hip-hop music actually chose him. Ladies and gentlemen, help me introduce from Kisii, but now based in Nairobi, the one and only Deepak Brax. Hello.
Hello.
Karibu.
Thank you very
welcome,
much.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm
This is
very
the Grape.
honored.
How are you feeling?
I'm very honored to be
We
on
are
the show.
actually very honored to have you here. So let's just start.
I'm humbled.
Thank you very much. Karibu. Let's start with your name, Deepak Brax. What does this mean? I know Deepak is somebody who inspired you. What's with the Brax?
The Brax. While I was in high school,
Yeah?
I wanted to say the name Black, but I said Brax. So everybody called me Brax.
Okay.
So I linked up the name from Deepak to Brax,
Okay.
and it became a name.
Interesting. I like that. I know that you represent hip hop, and your new album is called Ghetto Nazigala. What is Nazigala?
Nazigara, this is a Lugandan name,
Okay.
meaning stop.
All right.
So the album means that if you can't handle the problems of the ghetto,
Okay.
just leave it.
All
Because
right.
the people in the ghetto, they can be able to handle it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So in this album called Ghetto Nazigala, tell us, what are some of the things that you're singing about in your album?
I'm doing majorly the songs that touches about the lives which we see each and every day.
Okay.
Now you listen to the whole album, you can be able to agree with me that I've looked at the people, the way they are living,
Okay.
all the problems they are facing, coming from economic, social, and even relationship.
Okay.
Then I'll put it in one album.
All right.
So whoever listens to it, I'm very sure he can agree with me that I've tackled the social issues.
I think it's interesting that you can actually sing in any other language, but you decide to actually use English and hip hop as a genre. You say hip hop chose you. How is that? Because the last time I checked, only prophets were chosen. Huh?
I didn't choose to do hip hop. That is the fact.
Yes.
Because I can do some other things.
Okay.
But there is that inspiration.
Yeah.
That if I'm not doing hip hop, then I've not done the best from me.
Okay.
So when I use hip hop to express myself, it means that I've done what I'm supposed to do,
Okay.
not the other one.
All right.
So the other one, I just look at it that it's just by the way.
All right.
So when I'm doing hip hop, I'm very comfortable.
Okay. You have a new video that you've done with the MC GNL.
Yeah.
What's the video about? Tell us about it.
The video is called Mazima Wavu. That's a Lugandan name.
Okay.
Means I'm big.
All right.
You listen to the song.
Means you're
believe
big.
me,
Eh? So you're
I'm,
big.
I'm the heavyweight messiah
like
from the
that.
entire Kisii region.
I like that.
Yeah, so the music is all about
Yeah?
the steps that I've made so far
Yeah?
and how people have appreciated my
Okay,
music.
okay.
At the same time, I'm thanking the fans because if it's not them,
Yeah.
I cannot be the Deepak Brax that I am at the moment.
That's a good thing. I know most of your fans are watching you on TV right now. You know, what do you want to tell them now that, you know, you've come all the way from Kisii, now you're based in Nairobi, they've been supporting you. What do you want to tell them?
I want to tell my fans thank you, because without my fans, Deepak Brax is no Deepak Brax.
Yeah.
Then my album is already out.
Yes.
Those who've been questioning me, when is your album out? Rush to your nearest shop, the music outlet. Believe me, you'll get a copy there.
Okay.
Then after the Negeto na Sigara,
Yes.
I've got much in store. In fact, I shouldn't even say about it.
Deepak Brax, thank you very much for coming to Grapevine tonight. We hope that next time when we call on you, you're going to come sour.
I'm really humbled.
Thank you so much. And because he's my co-host for 2 minutes, I'm going to let him introduce the next story. So, twende kazi, Brax.
Tonight, we're going to set a platform, the Kenyan lady who has sold the Kenyan hip-hop brand internationally.
Yes, you did very well. He's talking about STL, and we have her in the Celeb Watch.
I'm here mostly to promote my songs, Lucky Lucky and Hula Hoop, and my album Kinanda. So I'll be doing some interviews here in Kenya, of course, and Uganda and Tanzania. And my producers, they knew Mohombi from a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, as a songwriter. So when I was recording my album Kinanda this year, and then when we wrote the Hula Hoop, and then I was like, my God, we need like a big chorus here. And that's when they said, we can just call up Mohombi. And you know, Mohombi was quite big with the bumpy ride. So I was like, oh my God, I hope he responds. But he's such a brother to me. He just flew into Oslo, then he just recorded the song. I'm the hungry, cause I want more when I get more on the floor, better watch me rock away.
Just let your body go, girl, let that booty roll. Get on the floor and let it spin like a hula hoop.
We shot the video in Oslo by the director called Fredrik Eno. He's actually the one that did my She Got It video. And yeah, I mean, so we got the urban tribe dances from Oslo. And you know, they taught me the dance, and then I had my stylist, Kashir Design, who designed my outfits and did my makeup and hair, and then like, you know, we just flew in Mohombi and then he did his thing. And then we got a pretty cool video. Ita bembea we, ina bembea, ita bembea we, swinging like the 60s. I'm on Elvis guest list. I'm gonna start recording my 3rd album in February, and you know, we'll see. You know, we'll see who will be on that album. Spin it till you're dizzy. Yeah, let's get busy. Now, Charles, that's your answer. My manager, Charles, they're asking where they can buy the hula hoop here in Kenya, but we're gonna figure that out. But mostly, just go on to StellaMwangi.com. You can listen to the hula hoop song there, and of course, follow me on Twitter and join my Facebook page. That's really important. It's like a whirlwind. We spin the hula hoop. I give you something you can chew on like a juicy fruit. Up and down like go-go. Strip down like go-go. No, I'm engaged. I'm not single.
Just let your body go, girl, let that booty roll. Get on the floor.
I love all my stars. I call my fans for stars. And let's just shine. Let's just shine really bright. This year we've been shining. 2012 we'll be shining even more. So bye-bye.
Just let your body go, girl, let that booty roll. Get on the floor and let it spin like a hula hoop. Get on the floor, get on the floor.
Now we head on to the biggest story of the night. When it comes to surf parties, we have a manual of how it's supposed to be done. Only last week, KBC had the biggest surf party it's had since the founding of this corporation. What more can a girl say?
2 p.m. was the perfect time. They trooped in anticipation of a long and eventful day. First things first, the Red Army lined up to conquer the chef's territory. If you find these people's appetite exaggerated, then you missed the point. Thing is, this wasn't just the beef you are familiar with. And for you who hasn't had an impressive year in as far as food security is concerned, these pictures were not acted out to provoke any negative emotions. There are recordings of real happenings at the 2011 KBC Staff Bash. Once the foundation was laid in concrete, the staff got down to other business, and that was paying every little attention to anything that could aid in the intricate process of digestion. When other guests caught up with the proceedings, they were accorded the kind of reception that visited their stature. The term comic relief had no place in the ceremony at a certain point for a simple reason: the humor had become the pudding of a 5-course meal. As a chief guest was soon to find out, he had been transformed from being a guest to being a member of the family. 2011 had been a good year for KBC, and that was the reason this party was going down. Though it was all due to the staff's collective effort, individual performance could not miss the nod.
You cannot ignore KBC. Or you think anyone can ignore KBC now? No. We cannot ignore KBC. Our competitors are not sleeping also. But they're not sleeping, not just thinking about how to conquer us, but because we have given them a run for their money, thanks to you and thanks to your efforts.
Let me also thank you for a good year. You have worked very hard from the BBC.
We want to build a bigger government media house. The public broadcaster, KBC.
That was the match that could be done in daylight, as the evening saw sitting arrangements change and hierarchies dismantled. From our years of experience in entertainment, Mugithi most of the time only serves as an icebreaker to more serious staff. And yes, it all went as per script. Those who were quick to foresee a long night went for a second round of this. Refueling, we call it. While alliances on the dance floor could be seen as spontaneous, those conversant with end-of-year parties may confess that some actually originate from years of fantasies. They put their best feet forward. Soon, it went beyond just the feet. But like you should know by now, the dance floor is a jungle of all characters, so don't you judge us by the ugly alone. Here comes the real talent. The DJ's backyard was on an overdrive, and when they made any special request, it was granted. In the celebrity category, intruders could not keep their distance. By any standards, the end-of-year party was a once-in-a-lifetime bash.
I had so much fun at the party. I can't wait for next year. I hope it's gonna top it up. I want to send a special shout out to our camera person, Luther, who was busy taking all the shots when people were having fun and partying. Thank you, Luther, for that. From the entire Grape crew, we'd love to wish you a Merry Christmas. I know it sounds early, but the next time we're gonna see you is gonna be after Christmas. So enjoy your Christmas. This is a season to be jolly. That's where we end the show for tonight. In case you have any comments or suggestions, our email address is right on the screen. You're on Facebook and Twitter. Find us, follow us, talk to us, tweet us. and welcome to the show. We hope that you enjoyed your Christmas holiday. While you are out there partying and celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, back here it was business as usual. And you know how it is. So right about now, just sit back and relax because we're about to burst this joint. I'm your host, Anyiko, and this is Grapevine. It is without doubt that around here we use only original lines, and it is for the sake of this particular story that we'll borrow from the cliche that says laughter is the best medicine. But as one good friend of mine asked me, medicine to what? Well, by the time you finish watching this story, you'll have the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Laugh Festival 2011. You can always count on the month of December to brand Nairobi City the ultimate humor destination. This is all thanks to the annual Laugh Festival. On the last weekend, like has been the tradition, the finest comedians in the country were lined up to help Kenyans finish the year on a jolly mood. Two gentlemen conducted the ceremony, and it would only be in order that we begin by them making a good account of themselves.
Ule karao alikuwa hapo kwa ubi nilimpata anasoma Bible. Nika decide nimuulize nijua ukweli anajua stories za Bible, nikamwambia excuse me afande, who killed Abel the son of Adam? Hiyo kesi hii kuripotiwa kwa station kijana. Labda uende ulize station nyingine. Akanirusha ndani. MC Jesse, an emerging voice in the humor corner, was out to show that he's mastered the art of tickling the masses.
There's this chick from Central Kenya who was calling our radio station in town to request for a song. Ashani kuibia alafu idedicate kwa shali yangu, lumwambie nampenda sana na anaitwa Noah. Inaendaga hivi. Noah.
One unique thing with comedy is that there is never a shortcut. Young Kenyans have therefore taken advantage of the level playing field to prove themselves to the audience. Once they identify their strengths, like this graduate of the KU Talent Gala, they exploit it.
Unapata Kiswahili anakuambia akitunga sentensi ukitumia kivumishi nuka. Wewe kama mwanafunzi unashangaa, nuka ni kivumishi ama ni kiaibishi? Tukasema ule msichana pale nyuma ananuka. Tumemvumisha ama tumemwaibisha? Kwa hivyo ni kiaibishi.
Fred Omondi showed up in his trademark style.
Watu wa Senali wako wapi?
He, however, thought that his rhyming skills alone could not nail it.
Imagine advertisement ya Range Rover Sport. Phone ina ring kwa advert. Range Rover Sport. Hello, Mercedes. Hey, Masijana, we were doing in West T. Where are you? Chris Lakota, a hot chick, a Vitz KBP. Uko wapi? Event imeanza. Umeshapigia hama. Okay, let me just tell Jaguar we'll be coming there. Makex ako kwa njia. And who is curtain raising? NZD. Amjapata takalina.
Mosanduku Jr. saw an opening in the Kenyan ethnic stereotypes.
Best women who are now pregnant, wakale. For it. Just before the water breaks, just don't worry. The baby feels like running to the maternity. We can do this ourselves. On to your marks. Again, aya, keep don't make talk at this one is a winner. This one is a winner.
The local soccer league has wound up the season, but from what we witnessed, the #1 coach of the comic soccer league was readily available to juggle the ribs.
Unapata team, the youngest player, ako 33 years old, lakini bado anawapatia hope. Hii team iko na future. By the way, kitu kama 10 years to come, utachukua ligi.
While he was out to sort out the problems of soccer in this country once and for all, another able comedian had chosen to address technology.
Now the biggest problem, the easy phones in England, you cannot talk broken English ukiwa nazo. Kwanza mademu wa Nairobi ndio watasafa. Ndio mademu wa Nairobi huanza hivi. Baby, but you, where are you? Itakuwa na kucorrect. Sorry, you do not start a sentence with a conjunction. Punctuate that
Elsewhere, someone had attended a wedding, and this was his account of it.
Aliuliza a very simple question. Mohamed Ali, wamchukua mama huyu awe bibi yako mpaka sikuzijua kukufa na nini? Alianza news. Mimi kama gwiji wa upekuzi, mtu asiyetishwa na yoyote, chochote ama lolote, ninakuchukua wewe, kitoto, kide, kisupa, kisupu, uwe mke, kivumishi, kihushishi, kitafrija, kia maisha yangu. Pasta kwa ufupi nasema, nimekubali.
Churchill played the father role. Even in his hands-off approach, you will agree that he still understands his thing.
Comedians, before you have a show like this, sisi ulala usiku na mchana, writing. Hii nikisema watacheka, unafuta. I try to share with my wife. Yeye umeionaje? Mimi sipendi zako, napenda za Eric Omondi.
The final act had to come from the usual suspect, and like he has done it in the recent past, it had to be this dramatic.
Wakienda kulipo ile bridge, anaenda chini ya bridge. Anashikilia, wacha Rambo atoe gun. Gogo Simo, wacha Rambo atoe. Yani unasikia,
Despite the theatrics, Eric Omondi's future still lies in his wit.
Ukigonga gari ya mtu wa Nyanza ni tofauti na ukigonga gari ya mtu wa Central. Ukigonga gari ya mtu wa Central, they are very proactive. Ukikuja kwa gari yake, anatoka very proactive. Akuongeleshi. Ro. Jumuna. Wewe uko na side mirror ya Toyota Hilux? Uko na bumper pia? Anakuja kuna customer. Lakini ukigonga Mercedes ya mtu wa Nyanza, umegonga Mercedes. Kwanza anatokanga. Sema, how are you my brother? How are you doing? The damage has already been done. Of course you can't pay it. I was on my way to Hilton. Maybe you want me to buy you a cup of coffee as we talk about it?
Like they said, if you didn't laugh yourself hoarse, then you should see a doctor. We thank Churchill for that initiative. These are some of the things that are nurturing local talent. Now, from the KICC, we are still keeping it with a holiday spirit. But we caught up with a couple of artists who found some time out of their busy schedule to give back to the society. We're talking about Jaguar and Jimmy Gate, and it's all for a worthy cause. Check this out.
What I do most of the times, like I like giving back to the community. Nimekuwa nikam hapa mara kadhaa. The first day nilikuwa nimekam kuona watoi wa shule because walikuwa wamekuwa number 1 like kwa music festival. But wakati nilikam nikasikia cases za my parents wao, so I decided to come through kwa my parents wao because wakitoka shule even though wanasoma na wanapita wanaenda kwa wazazi wao na hawawezi ana hiyo nguvu ya kufanya job. So I decided to be giving to the families so that when they go home they get something to eat. When you do good things, yani unapata kama ni kwa club ama kila place naenda kila kitu inakuwa successful. Unapata kama ni kwa club nimejaza, like you don't get those problems. Then people wanna kulike to an extent, like they start demanding for you. So you get more shows because of the good things you do. Mimi usema hivi, if I see something genuine, I always come in. I feel good kwa sababu yani kama sasa ukiangalia sasa music ya kitambo na ya sasa is the same. So it's like I was trying to show them like even after school you can do music. Like we support them, they do music, you can make money out of music. It's always good to give out because I believe yani, even if kama wewe ni millionaire and you're not giving out yani, because whenever you give out you always get triple. Yani God atakubless and all your ways will be open.
the holiday season, and as such there's reason to spend time with the less fortunate in the society. It's by that virtue that Jimmy Gate, the award-winning gospel artist, launched his new video to the Furi Furi remix and his Make It or Make It organization to help raise funds for the IDPs in Kieni Forest, located in Kiambu.
Make It or Make It is an initiative that I came up with because I looked at myself and where I have come from. From the village, where I used to walk to school with no shoes and life was not that easy. And I started believing that one day I was going to work hard and get out of that kind of life. And eventually I was able to make my dreams come true.
The song received support from the corporate society as well as the media fraternity, and that's how come Grapevine was in attendance.
Today we're here because of a project that came in my mind not too long ago. And I thought, what do I do to make it unique? When I talked to Jeff, he was like, wow, that sounds good, let's do it.
I'm Jeff Koinange, and I love the Lord. And because of that, I'm Puri dance. I'm Puri dance.
I told him I'd like to have Bob Kolimo, I'd like to have Julie Gishuru, and I'd like to have a couple of more other people.
Bob Kolimo, nimetoka maju. Nina penda God, na Nina penda Kenya. And because of that, I fully dance. I fully dance. I fully dance.
So as you continue with the celebrations, don't forget to offer a helping hand this season.
Let all the children who love the Lord come and footy dance. Oh, footy dance. Come and footy dance. Oh, footy dance.
Welcome back, we're glad you're still with us. It's a Jersey affair as Crispy Talk holds the Christmas edition of Sax in the City. This Christmas, jazz music wasn't left behind in the festivities. We took a short trip to the International School of Kenya Arts Center at the auditorium where the Christmas edition of Sax in the City was held. Since it was a sax affair, event organizer Crispy Talk first gave the floor to 17-year-old Barbie, whose performance was exemplary. The smartly dressed choir were in attendance to give a couple of Christmas carols. Kirk Franklin and his ensemble might be miles away, but their spirit and soul could be felt by this cover. Helen has this year been at the center of media controversy. We caught up with his first love, the saxophone. He was playing alongside other maestros on the sultry instrument, Crispy Talk and Morioki Mugambi. It was a musical consortium, so the smooth jazz operator Eddie Gray was also at the Christmas Sax in the City. She is a voice coach and even a better singer at that. Kavudha brought her beautiful voice to sing some Christmas carols to their audience.
The years we all will be together if the fates allow. And hang a shiny star above the highest bough. And have yourself a merry little Christmas. Merry little
Christmas time is about your favorite things, so this lovely classic couldn't escape on the list of songs.
When I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
The highlight of the evening was seeing a semi-reunion of Five Alive. Crispy Talk was kind enough to cover for the one member who was missing in action. It's probably a decade later and Five Alive sounds just as good. Whatever your style, embrace the Christmas spirit. After 25 years of waiting, that was a befitting bash, and that's where we end the show for tonight. It's been a beautiful year, you've been a beautiful audience, and we'll definitely see you in the year 2012. From the entire Grape crew, we'd love to wish you a good one when it's 31st. Remember to party hard. Until then, you know what they say. If you didn't see it on Grapevine, then it probably never happened.
Make it or make it, because God, you do much for me that nobody can. You do much for me that nobody can. That's why I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the, I put it for the, I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the, I put it for the, I put it for the dance.
My name is Coco and I love to sing. I sing for God and I dance for Him. And because of that, I fully dance. And because of that, I fully dance.
I'm Jeff Koinange, and I love the Lord. And because of that, I put it for the dance. 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 Put it for the dance. Put it for the dance.
You do much for me that nobody can. You do much for me that nobody can. That's why I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the, I put it for the, I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the dance. That's why I put it for the, I put it for the, I put it for the dance.
Nini Bob Collymore, nimetoka maju. Nina pende God, na Nina penda Kenya. And because of that, I fully dance. I fully dance. I fully dance. 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 Fully dance.
Let all the children who love the Lord come and for the dance. Oh, for the dance. Come and for the dance. Oh, for the dance. Come and for the dance. Oh, for the dance. Come and for the dance. Oh, for the dance.
Baba tuko hapa, tuna for dance. Tuko mbele zako, tuna for dance. Cheki masonko wote, wana for dance. Na mahasla wote, wana for dance. Wana siasa wote, wana for dance. Wa mama na wa baba, wana for dance. Mapasta na mabishopu wote, wana for dance. Watoto, wana for dance. DJ, I put it for the, 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 I put it for the. Rekata, boom! You do much for me that nobody can.
and welcome to our first show of the year 2012. Speaking of which, Happy New Year to you from wherever you're watching. We have a 1-hour special program lined up for you today because it's the year in review. We took a look at some of the biggest entertainment stories from last year, and like our senior reporter Victor Olwoch would say, it's a cocktail of flavors. I'm your host Anyiko, and as always, this is Grapevine. We kickstart the show on a cultural note. As expected, 2011 witnessed a host of theme nights, so today we bring you the highs and lows from last year. By the time you finish watching this first story, you'll know why we began with Luya Night. The theme night bug seems to have beaten every community in Kenya. From the county of Machakos, the gravy train landed at the heart of Kakamega County. Yes, our brothers and sisters from Western Province had taken over the carnival grounds literally last Friday night. Since they had promised nothing but the best, the Grapevine made an entry to check if all was well. Emmanuel Musindi of Lisanga Generation Band was the opening act. And his rhythms soon got the fans trickling into the dance floor. Some assistance, though, to get others on stage was widely welcomed. This county is widely known for producing some of the country's most talented musicians. This fact has never been in doubt. The evergreen Luya song Mukangala continues to draw fans. No wonder when the Phonotech Success Band took the microphone, the crowd went wild. From music to the food department, special delicacies were in plenty. And for those who chose to settle on the traditional drinks, this is what they had to endure. Back to Matters Entertainment, where Webuye Juakali Band, led by one Mr. David Baraza, was next. Unlike his predecessors, his style of the night's performance was totally different. Tall or short, the Webuye Juakali troupe dancers have unique ways to do what they do best, and the signature Luya style could not miss the eye. Indeed, their spicy traditional music ruled the roost. Luya Night seems to have taken the concept of theme nights to a whole new level. We hope that those planning the next theme night are watching. Now that was a good account from our brothers and sisters from Ingo. Now let's see what the rest from the Banana Republic had to offer. 29th July 2011, what most would call a conventional end month. For folks from Kisii, it was more than that, as they literally took over the carnival in the annual event that has come to be known as a Saga Saga Night. A night to take a peek into actions of brothers and sisters, actions that only surface once every year at this particular gathering. Mr. Onyengo is highly celebrated and respected. It's not about the age, but the fact that he's perhaps the one Kisii artist still managing to uphold the culture. He's not so good with modern bands, so his instrument does not leave his side. And he's so patriotic that his signature tune is our national anthem, strummed from his best companion. For the modern bands of Kirwanda Jazz Band and Abana Sungusia, it's a hot battle for supremacy. The dancers are out to prove who shakes the most, resulting in the rise of weird dance fusions. Something borrowed from Kwaito. The shoulder movement pasted from a popular Luhia dance, the rest not really defined. With the battle yielding serious performances, issues of age, class, ability, and even race were quickly buried. She showed up with the boyfriend just like any other conventional couple at the night. Apparently, there was a bigger mission on her mind, one she had to accomplish at all costs. She would leave the pigeons to soar with the eagles, earning herself instant but well-deserved celebrity status just like that. Now a peek into the random dance styles, every move worth a second glance at. Every sway, every nod, every wriggle had a part to play in the making of Esaga Saga Night 2011 a success. I leave you to comment on Esaga Saga Night. Right about now, we head straight to the Lake region where my people are going to show you just how it's supposed to be done. They may not have anything too unique, but Luo nights tend to leave behind trails of happenings and tales that keep the masses flowing in year after year. The carnival stretch told it all. This was gonna be yet another night on fire, one that even a nursery school dropout would tell. Dola Kabari is a brand so big that it sells to all and sundry, even to those who would otherwise not be moved. Massive following, tick. A well-made band, tick. A host of dancers, tick. There was no room for disappointment, not on this one. On the other end of the podium were several other artists trying to match up. John Jr. happens to be the big thing among these folks currently, so you can bet his being on stage would attract such from the crowd. Now you know it was wise of him to break away from the Limpopo International and go solo. Again, that extra dancer to add up on the troupe came calling. Providing the much needed accompaniment at no extra cost. Point to note, a good number of those in attendance are on other occasions renamed fans of Kogalo. They support Gor Mahia to the grave. And so with the recent initiative to end hooliganism at their marches, there was all reason to flaunt their team. Packed to the rafters like groundnuts in a basket, dancing space was unavailable. At times, all one would be forced to do was sway. Although such numbers give that club aura, it could be an undoing were there an emergency. Whether there was an artist on stage or not, everyone seemed happy as long as the hits kept coming. Even here, that nursery school dropout would tell you that this was a pilgrimage not so many other theme nights come close to. Somehow, Luo and Benga music tend to complement each other well, so it was in plenty here. It's time to go back and search for more that will be spent at the next Luo night. Welcome back, we're glad you're still watching. We now take a trip into the world of fashion and beauty. And of course, we start from the highest, it's the fashion high tea.
The social scene bells were blaring at the exquisite Zen Gardens in an A-listed event dubbed Fashion High Tea, Love with a Cause. We assert that it was all-round high fashion, but nothing much to do with tea as witnessed. In obedience to the dress code, all types of fancy dresses, hats of all sizes and color, not forgetting the smart gentlemen, were just but part of the event's gist. At first, it all seemed like an arena for fashion lovers to exchange pleasantries. But then grapevine bumps into the fashion exhibition. Different boutiques were displaying beauty products and accessories. The jewelry is on display, yours for the liking. A silver rose flower. This is just but one of the stories behind these gems. African ornaments are not forgotten, detail particularly given to the bangles and rings. Shoes of versatile detail, color, prints and inches were also on sale. On the dresses section, this one stands out, having been made from recycled parachutes. These earrings are made from Kenya's beautiful bird folk, just another sign to show that nature is indeed beauty. At exactly 4 p.m, it is time to check out the day special. Marinated chicken, beef skewers, vegetarian spring rolls, assorted sushi platters and spicy samosas were just some of the scrumptious delicacies making the headlines. Guests slowly helped themselves to the best before heading back to their designated tables. By now it is clear It was not only a show for the best culinary skills, but a story of who was literally smarter in terms of dressing. You would be surprised that it takes more than just fashion to hold such a successful event. Fashion stylist Grace Makosewa speaks on coordinating the event.
Fashion High Tea is a fabulous fashion event held in the afternoon in Nairobi. An excuse for women and men to dress up and look really elegant. Everybody has been really, really kind. A lot of the things that we've done today have been donated to us. We've got Moet Champagne, who've given us some free champagne, 3 bottles. We are raising money to release pregnant women at Pumwani Hospital who cannot pay their bills. We've identified 23 young girls. Some of them are 17 years old and they were raped and they cannot pay their bills. Some of them come from abject poverty. But the really sad thing about this is that some of these bills are really like 8,000 shillings. So as well as having a high fashion event, the cause behind it is a really, really special one.
All the fashion bits and pieces finally come together in the event's finale fashion show. It is a wrap at the Fashion High Tea, where all the proceeds will go towards supporting women in need of freedom. True fashion for a good cause.
Nibs were at it again. It was that time of the year when they choose a day away from the confines of the classrooms and get obsessed with beautiful stuff. With just one crown for the ladies and another for the gents, it was clear that it wouldn't be an easy task. The rules remained more or less the same, only the players changed. Each category counted, and the judges took note of each one's performance in all the categories. When it was time to look smart, they gave it the best shot. When it demanded that they go casual, they shed off the formality. With everyone looking more or less similar in such clothing, one may wonder how the judges managed to separate those who were hot and those who were not. But you need not worry, because ahead lay categories that could hardly be faked. One either had talent or not. You didn't have to squint hard. As usual, the monotony of catwalk business was broken by upcoming artists trying to make their case. Back to matters beautiful, it went beyond beauty to crazy stuff, and they call it the creative wear category. About how creative they were, we leave it to you, the audience. Away from the madness, they sought to relax at the beach in appropriate attire. Sober and cool was the evening wear category, which again, as per the tradition, signals that the judges are almost starting their tallying. Little surprise, they gave it their all. As the judges finally got down to business, there was entertainment that had gone through the refinery. That was their right, and one could not gamble with it. However, throwing another spanner into the works was nothing less than a privilege. Major's move to complete the Caliph assault offered nothing less than what they had prayed for. That done, the ceremony could wind up with everyone being the winner. However, two individuals that shone the brightest got a special mention. Students will always be students. Now from Nibs we head on to the biggest beauty pageant in the land. It's the finals of the Kenya Miss World 2011. It was that time of the year when the new Miss World Kenya had to be crowned. The journey that began with over 4,177 ladies showing up for auditions saw the final 16 finalists battle to become the final queen to take the crown. Steve had the honors to entertain the crowd as the ladies gave what could be best described as a welcoming dance. In pursuit of representing the Kenyan culture, the show began with the ladies strutting the African regalia. Here, no matter the design or dress flow, it was up to the finalists to carry themselves well. The next category was the bubble-inspired dresses, which broke to release the splendor in fashion.
Said you hooked onto me, said that you want to go wind up for me. See all of the girls can be step up to me. Cause she not gonna let another one come be step up to me. And she tell me love, tell me never want to see.
In whatever color they came, the peacock was well represented. The young ones picked the cue in a perfect portrayal of what the future holds for the country's fashion show. Though Nasimiu is an angel that has visited many hearts by now, you never get the hold of her till she takes to the stage. For the lack of nothing better to award her with, this modest gesture was in appreciation of an outstanding personality. Like is the case with such events, the contestants got the opportunity to show how deep their beauty went.
Beauty is not just the face, because that will definitely fade. They say beauty is skin deep.
With the performances fairly distributed between poetry and song, others chose to take the risk of thinking out of the box.
My name is Esther Mokwe Gaboni. I represent Nakuru. Thank you. And today, I'd like to present to you a poem that I wrote about my friend. The friendship was so nice, but she betrayed me. And thank you.
edging closer to the end of the show, the most appropriate guest was unveiled. A hip song with an unmatching stage energy, the king of Kapungala must have been playing safe. When more of his involvement was called for, he chose instead to pass the mantle to someone else. Moving on with matters of beauty, the judges narrowed down to just 5 in an exercise packed with anxiety. Question time further confirmed the depth of beauty in the 5.
What I'm passionate about is elevating the lives of people living in drought-prone areas. My cause is to work with and for.
When the final phase of name-calling began, it was all clear that the dice had been cast.
The sun goes down. Summerland's always gonna be around. Summerland's always gonna be around. Summerland's always gonna be. So I ride days down. Because Summerland's always gonna be around. Summerland's always gonna be around. Summerland's always gonna be. Love struck. I'm here writing pages while my dumb luck. I haven't.
As she proceeded to inspect her package in the full glare of the press, probably it was slowly sinking into her that celebrity life had just begun. The party continues, and for this particular segment I needed a little help from somebody who's been doing this for longer than I have. She's been out and about to each and every event and concert in this country. She's our reporter and also our assistant producer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce Deka Ogada. Hi.
Hi.
Sasa.
What's up?
Bambo. Madam Producer.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell us which was some of the biggest performances of the year 2011. Are they at the award ceremonies, the gospel artists? What did you think about the local industry?
Definitely the gospel industry takes it.
Okay.
I mean, they've been holding concerts every month.
Yes.
We've seen Giuliani launch his album, we've seen Daddy Owen, we've seen Groove Awards, we've
Okay.
seen Safaricom Kenya Live. There are very many.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything you want to say about the album launches?
Giuliani had the pulpit qua street. You were there.
Yes.
I know you know what I mean.
Yes. It was very big.
Yes. Daddy Owen launched just the other month at KICC. It was definitely something worth the time.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us about what you experienced, because you're out there most of the times. People don't know that behind the cameras we have a dedicated crew and you're part of them. How is it going to all these events?
Tiresome. At least you get to enjoy each and every town,
Yeah.
get to meet new friends, get to see these people up close and candid.
Okay.
I mean, it's an awesome experience.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think we should just give them some of the biggest award ceremonies that we had from last year. So you tell us which one is at the top.
Definitely Groove Awards takes it.
Okay.
Yes.
And if you missed to see it, here is the rerun.
It was not only a day of the word, but also that of talent. And so even the communication with God was delivered in a way that you're not accustomed to. Song and praise followed, the typical church style. Even though Neema Talel may have lost her celebrity status, she has retained her shine on matters spiritual.
At last, I lay down, and I will cling to the cry,
And love her or hate her, she is still a talent to reckon with.
and so I cherish the old rugged cross.
Then Kambua stepped in before the mood could slip.
I was standing in the rain,
Kanji Mbogwa was never far away, and when he took to the stage to do what he does best, it was pretty clear the gears had shifted. Then came a journey through the classics, something that could only ignite fond memories. For all and sundry, this seemed to be the place to be. But even with such high ratings for that approach to worship, there was room to explore other ways. Once they started it, there was going to be no way of stopping them, and so the air gave way to something between hip-hop and rock music. To break the monotony, the band took a break, giving way to this a cappella rap duel.
Badala ya kusifu God, tambira Jehova, wanaongeza las kwa emotion zao na mapendova. Nilifunzwa kila penzi lina moyo wa kuipokea, chafu wanaongea, unajifanya Ros Muhanda ubebwe na nani?
Now we are driven by fans, flow, dough, applause and awards. Is worshipping the risen Savior still the standard we have? Because it seems stage presence is defined by how much swagger we have.
Back to normal programming, Rafton shared with the crowd in a massive stomp and chant. With every minute gone by, he appeared to be reinventing himself. Next was what can aptly be termed as contemporary gospel swagger. Many had expected Holy Dave to bring in the color. This he did in unimaginable proportions. For such a huge show, there was need to salute, and it is the king of Kapungala himself that was chosen to lead in the exercise. A man of the people, he had formidable company. Just how much more could be asked of him? From the reaction of the crowd, it was a big yes. But who said we can never bet our best? He started as a king of gospel hip-hop, but over the years, Giuliani has grown beyond manageable limits. Part of this growth has been seen in the ability to craft his own style of propagating the mystery that he has become. A self-made custodian of the Ocampo envelope, he is known for perfection. Above all, his successful music career thrives on sharp wit.
Nikakutumia Panadol kutibu H1N1, there's none but one. Kwake uje zingine zote ka watchman kulinda police station. Haisaidi walivaa high heels, nikapie nilibend knees, nikatouch heaven. Hama mini Christ alikuwa DJ, aliingia church imegeuzwa soko akaturn tables. Ali Twitter chuka follow, niko 3G enabled. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
At the end, even those who did not carry home any awards got value for their time and money.
Now you understand why I picked on the Groove Awards.
I totally understand. It was worth it, and it was a great performance. I have to say they put up a great show.
Definitely.
Now I'm going to ask you, which other local concert do you think was worth noting?
Of course, the Coke Happiness concert.
Okay.
This was at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
It's something.
Is it the one that MC Alemba was the MC?
Yes,
the
and
hype man.
And Jalango.
That
You
was
remember?
a good show, I remember.
Yes, yes.
So ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
It is Saturday, the 19th of February 2011, and according to the Grapevine calendar, it is a busy day. From the Samantha Bridal Fair, our crew checks into the Kenyatta International Conference Center. Word has it that another big concert is going down. This is a good sign that Nairobi organizers are slowly waking up after our brothers from Kisumu stole the show last weekend. Back to business with MC Alemba, Jalango and our number one fan DNG the Hype Man, KICC is ablaze. Minutes later, the who's who in the gospel music industry hit the stage. Gospel sensation Jimmy Gate has been on the rise for the last 3 years, and whenever he performs, he never disappoints. Giuliani, arguably the hottest gospel rapper in Kenya right now, was next. Even our Iron Lady of politics seems to be aware of this. That is why she recorded her Giles contribution under his guidance. Accompanied by his live band, he rocked. After the blessings, the stage was set for our secular brothers. Guess who was here? Yes, Jaguar the philanthropist. Fans loved him. We must give credit where it's due. We like his energy and the dancers, of course. Way to go, brother. Mama nominees P Unit were next. Since this was an open happiness concert for the East African community, the wave landed in Bongoland. Multiple award-winning and hugely respected hip-hop artist Professor J took the microphone, reminding us of the good old days. For others, the hit was just too much. There is no single Kenyan artist who captures the psyche of his audience like the king of Genge. In fact, the moment the Genge luminary arrived on stage, things went wild. Nairobi fans have a strange way of showing love. For a moment, the head of security Pascal seemed shocked. This, however, did not deter Juakali from shining. When the official MCs sought to find out the opinion on Juakali's performance, take a look at this. More love, as they called it. Still on the East African community, love or hate them, their beef keeps improving day by day, and that makes them relevant in Uganda, where fame is the in thing. Meet the controversial duo Radio and Weasel. Back to the homeland, the self-styled king of Kapungala, Daddy Owen, was the last act. We love the new look plus the dancers, of course. Danko, we are still trying hard to crack this line. Well, for the remaining towns, brace yourselves for the Open Happiness Caravan. You never know who's next, and Grapevine will surely be there to keep you informed.
Decca, that was a big concert, but you didn't tell us much about album launches. What do you think about album from last year?
We had so many.
Yes.
If you remember, we had the Gogosimo album launch.
Yeah.
Queen Mashi launched her album.
Yeah.
Juliania.
Yes. We had Emikos Gay.
Yes. And there were many.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you had to, look at the category for album launches, which is the one that you have to put it up there as the best?
Definitely Daddy Owen.
Why?
With all those artists on stage, with all that, hype, life, and people enjoyed.
It was so big,
yeah.
It was almost like an award ceremony.
Yes.
You took the entire KICC.
Definitely.
And you were there.
Hey, VIP.
Now you see how much fun she has when she's at work. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Daddy Owen's Utamu wa Maisha album launch.
This has been a year of album launches, but when it comes to those with a touch of taste and style, no other group nailed it like the gospel industry. Yes, the king of Kapungala, Daddy Owen, was launching his second album, Utamu wa Maisha, on Jamhuri Day at the Kenyatta International Conference Center. Every detail had been put in place on matter security, and the few who could not obey the law were dealt with. The attendance was awesome, so was the list of performers. Back here, we call him the only Maasai with a swag, but to his legion of fans, Chris is famous